Hello, everybody, and we are underway here at York High School. Welcome, everybody, to York Sports Network. We have another York Dukes varsity basketball game. The Dukes are taking on the Hilltoppers of Glenbard West, a game that should be very even, given that the Dukes only lost by 3 points last time they played Glenbard West at their place. York Dukes controlling the ball early, and Glenbard West in their famous 1-3-1.
Thank you very much.
It's Adam Hardick with it to start, and a nice pass to a cutting Simon Redfern. Number 10 got the start today, and he's proving his worth early there with a nice backdoor cut and finishing off the easy two.
Yeah, good job. I really like Redfern's play style, really aggressive guy, aggressive defender, and a good offender whenever you need him like that.
Three-pointer on the other end, that's Luke Dusek, but an offensive rebound and a block. What an athletic play by Adam Hardick. That's Logan Brown there, number 11 in green. A Harvard commit, a D2 basketball school, and at 6'6", he can jump and he can rebound with the best of them. Kyle Waltz, however, showing off his sweet shooting stroke. The Dukes with 5 early ones. Last game, they played Glenbard North and put up 73 in that game. Definitely one of their better offensive showings, and already 2 for 2 here tonight.
Yeah, and behind 20-plus points from Waltz, who's been by far the best shooter for the Dukes so far this year. You leave Brown open for the three. Not many opportunities there, and Waltz goes for the rebound. But Waltz shooting over 45% from three-point range. I want to say 48%, so you cannot leave him open.
Another one, and that time a little bit short, but Adam Hardick on the follow-up. Fell right into his lap, and the Dukes take an early 7-0 lead. A very big crowd here tonight. We should see the Dukes feed off of that energy.
Your foul number 3, A.J. Levine, his first, team's first, Glenbard West basketball out of bounds.
Benji Zander with it. Point guard for the Hilltoppers. Feeding Jack Oberhofer now. He dribbles, picks it up. Zander now kicks to Declan Sheck. He fires for 3 and misses everything. And the crowd lets him hear it.
Sheck, one of the better three-point shooters here for the Hilltoppers team, definitely allows them to spread it out. And there's a classic of the Hilltoppers, and that's the kickball.
Very much so.
Last year they were able to do it a lot more, but this year Coach Apoka still very prominent part because no foul on the play, so why not make the offense reset and waste more of their time? As you said, the Dukes here with an early lead.
Hardick has it on the block. Moves his pivot foot, and he finds Waltz underneath, who lays it home for 2. A 9-0 run for the Dukes to start this game, and Coach Apoka of Glenbard West calls a quick timeout.
Glenbard West, a very interesting squad, going, I want to say, into Lyons Township and beating Lyons Township after getting their doors blown off at home by over 25 points. And but this team can really, as I just shown that they can hang with anybody, but they do go on these stretches where offensive ineptitude strikes them, and they're not able to get anything done, and that's happened there, and that's been thanks to the big man in the middle, Adam Hardick, already a block and then a contested rebound, so they have not allowed Logan Brown to be able to get those layups that he's so good at getting open for and scoring. And I really like that. And then, of course, the shooting from Waltz, who I want to say has 5 already, the 3 and the 2.
5 already, yeah.
Yeah, because he missed that second 3. But, I really like his scoring output, especially when Mullis is still nursing back that knee injury, who was looking like going to be the junior stud wing who was coming for the Dukes' aid. But Waltz has really stepped into that role, and Coach Dunn, wanted Waltz to increase on his defense. Clearly a very athletic kid who can use his length to stay in front of people, but was not using that in sophomore ball. But now he's been using it way better, and that defense is giving him playing time and more leeway to take more shots. That gives him more confidence. Now he's hitting them, and that's all you can really ask for from Kyle.
And credit to the Dukes on the offensive end. This Glenbard West 1-3-1 defense is normally so dominant, but the Dukes came in really prepared. Credit to Mike Dunn and the coaching staff. A turnover there out of the timeout. Coach Apoka shaking his head. Now A.J. Levine brings it up for York. Waltz on the wing. Back into Waltz. Down low to Hardick. Hardick creating space and scoring again. The Dukes are having their way here on offense. And we're only 3 minutes into this game.
Getting it looks like a bit of a different attack here from Glenbard West. Typically they stay in a pretty standard 1-3-1, but so far this has been quite the attacking zone, hasn't it?
Definitely. And, you know, credit to York. To break a 1-3-1, you really need to really attack the short corner, and that's what the Dukes have done.
Good passing.
Great passing down low, just like you said. And Jack Oberhofer puts the Hilltoppers on the board.
Yeah, it was a really good set of passing there from Benji Zander. Able to have a nice find.
That pass was tipped. You see Brown, he's the tallest guy for the Hilltoppers, but he stands in the first row of their 1-3-1. Kyle Waltz in the corner and knocks down another three. 8 points for him now, 3 shots, 3 makes. 14-2 Dukes here in the early going.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want, and that's the way you beat the 1-3-1. Is that corner threes, those corner threes, as you said, because they really affect the way that the zone has to collapse. Because then you need 2 guys collapsing, because otherwise the baseline is left open. We're going to call travel here on Logan Brown, and on comes Mullis. Hurt his knee in late November, early December. Really starting to get into it. Got a couple of 20-point games under his belt. But now he's coming in off the bench right now just for precautionary measures towards the playoffs. As the Duke's not looking too hot in the conference at 12-13 and 2-7 in conference, but they've definitely been a close team with multiple overtime losses in division. Speaking of 2 losses to DGN and a close loss to OPRF.
Mullis put up his first shot, but it was to no avail. It was an offensive foul called against the Dukes. But just like you said, the Dukes are 2-7. But they're much better than their record suggests. They have a bunch of close losses, losing by 1 on the road against DGN, losing by 3 on the road to Glenbard West, and then just like you said, 2 overtime losses at home back-to-back to OPRF and DGN. You see those 7 losses, you may think that they're not very good, but you know, this Dukes team is tremendous, and they play with their hearts out. Oberhofer, a rare 3, and he banks it in. The bank is open for number 44, Jack Oberhofer.
Visiting Chase Bank down the block.
And you see
you definitely don't see that. Either of the big men don't really shoot. Both Brown and Oberhofer, not big shooters, but
you see
both have taken a 3 tonight.
In comes number 12, Dominic Cierney for Glenbard West. He was a starter when the Hilltoppers came to York for the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. But coming off the bench here today, Waltz tries his luck again. That one was halfway down, but it couldn't find the bottom of the net. Nick Dizano on as well for the Dukes.
Yeah, Cierney was the leading scorer for the Hilltoppers in those last couple of Jack Tosh games, and neck with Logan Brown the entire tournament. So must be an injury thing we are not aware of for why he's coming off the bench, because he's a sophomore. He's very skilled, very talented, and really opens up the floor, as he's also a great three-point shooter, to my remembrance of the Jack Tosh.
Yeah, a lot like Kyle Waltz of the Dukes. Benji Zander at the line, and he hits from the first. And speaking of injuries, for Glenbard West, you see out there number 15, that's Luke Dusek, who injured himself at the Jack Tosh. So it's good to see him out there. You see he has a little bit of a wrist cast still, but a lights-out shooter when he was healthy. We'll see what kind of an impact he has tonight.
Yeah, I think he was the guy. I vaguely remember that I was wrong about Cierney being a good three-point shooter towards the end of the Tosh. But it was, as you said, another steal from Brown.
Great effort there by Logan Brown of Glenbard West. You know, he's got that tremendous length, playing the row one for a reason, able to deflect back-to-back passes and win the Hilltoppers an extra possession.
That's something I really like about Logan Brown, is his effort. That's not an easy position to play in the defense. That top of the 1-3-1, you have to give a lot of effort, have a very good cardio, and he does. He's shown it off so far. Zander with a nice pass down low to Oberhofer. The Dukes left him standing a little bit, and just like that, the Dukes are up 12. The lead quickly falls to 5. Yeah, Logan Rice leaving him open there. Not a great decision.
Here is Rice, guarded by Oberhofer. Now Richardson gets it to Waltz. Desano has 3 guys on him. Kicks to Mullis. Good close out there by Benji Zander. And the kickball by Dusek.
Into the game for Glenbard West, 21, Bennett Schwanke.
Bennett Schwanke was the one who hit the buzzer beater at Lyons Township to win it for them against a ranked Lyons Township team. And sort of like the Dukes, the Hilltoppers, just very inconsistent. They can compete with teams like LT and DGN, but then get blown out at home to that same team.
Logan Rice fighting for an offensive rebound. He has it. Now it's Waltz to Richardson. Swinging it around. Mullis dribbling and resetting. Facing the double team in the corner. Able to get it off to Waltz. Waltz back to Mullis. And that pass was tipped and flies out of bounds. 1:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Ryan Pekosh into the game for the Dukes.
Goes the leading scorer, Waltz, giving him a bit of breather. It was a fast start on the offense for the Dukes, but everyone else has been quiet since. Got out to a 14-2 lead. Nothing since.
There's a steal. And now Logan Brown pushing it into the front court. Off to Cierney. Cierney, they're going to say it was a foul.
I think they gave it a clean block.
You're right. Yeah, it looked like the ref had his fist in the air, but great play by Brendan Mullis to play good defense without fouling.
Yeah, very good job showing off that athleticism.
Benji Zander with a quick pass, and he throws it away in a poor decision there. Ryan Pekosh had it in his hands and then ended up knocking it out of bounds. So Glenbard West catches a bit of a break there. Inbound to Brown, back to Zander. Oh, what a nice play. Using the strength of your team right there. Benji Zander with the layup. He's got 4 points. Final 35 seconds here. The Hilltoppers starting to get to the Dukes. A pull-up jumper by Mullis. Can't find the bottom of the net. And a nice offensive rebound by Desano. Dukes keeping the possession alive. Mullis facing the double team. Desano goes with his left, kicks it out to Rice. Rice guarded by Zander. Desano has it in the corner. Final 10 seconds, it's Pekosh. And the ball is deflected again. Logan Brown into the front court and blocked by Pekosh. 3 seconds left. Desano's got to work quickly. Finds Mullis. Pull-up jumper. No good. A whirlwind final 25 seconds there. It looked like Glenbard West had a free run to the basket, but a very impressive block by Ryan Pekosh saves the 2 points. So that's where this first quarter ends. 14-11, the Dukes lead. Their largest lead was 12 in the quarter. Glenbard West able to respond to that first punch, cut the lead to 3. Josh, what did you like by the Hilltoppers there?
Well, on that run there where they went on 11-0 run, I want to say, or an 11-3 run, I really liked how they were getting it back inside. They were forced to take a couple threes. They made one with Oberhofer, but there was that Schwanke miss. There was the, I think Benji Zander took one and missed. Logan Brown missed. So the Dukes were not allowing him inside. Hardick goes to the bench, and then they were not allowed. They were going back inside very easily, and that was the issue there, is they weren't playing interior defense to the highest standards that they have to start the game. So Logan Brown, Oberhofer, as well as Cierney were able to take advantage.
Definitely. First quarter coming to a close. And we'll be right back shortly. Glenbard West ball here. Welcome you to York Sports Network. I'm Gavin Connolly with Joshua Melvin. York Dukes varsity basketball. Jack Oberhofer losing it and turning it over. Good defensive possession there as Oberhofer had nowhere to go on the elbow. AJ Levine back into the game.
Held scoreless so
I was
far.
just about to say, scoreless in the first half, but Mullis is open in the corner. He's missed his first few shots. And a backcourt foul on Adam Hardick. A little bit of a frustration foul there, but...
Foul number 50, Adam Hardick, his first, team's fourth. Back in the game for the Dukes, 25, Kyle Waltz.
Benji Zander with it into the front court. Hearing word from our statistician, Levine is playing with 2 fouls right now. That's why he had such an early exit here in the first quarter. Now Sierney. Zander. Euro stepping, but he can't finish. Punched out by Hardick, but Logan Brown was the one who was there to recover it. Now it's Sierney. Dusek for 3. Knocks it down. Luke Dusek ties this game. And the run continues for the Hilltoppers, an 11-0 run.
If I'm Coach Sean, I'd take another timeout as you guys were dominating, and now the Dukes are not. And deep 3, I don't know what that kind of shot decision was.
Yeah, Levine.
You're not making anything as a team, and you decide to take a volleyball line 3 to stop the run. Doesn't typically work.
Fortunately, the Dukes force a turnover there, and it's Redfern off a nice pass from Kyle Waltz. Able to find a streaking Simon Redfern, who has a second bucket of the night.
Yeah, great pass from Waltz and great finish from Redfern. As every basketball player knows, it's never easy to finish at full speed.
Zander to Sierney. Brown kicks. Sierney trying to get open. Now it's Brown. Logan Brown held scoreless as well. Both teams very prepared to take away the offense of the Stars. Dusek tries again and hits again. Luke Dusek, that wrist seems to be feeling just fine. 2 for 2 from deep to start this night. And Glenbard West has their first lead of the game after trailing by 12. Long pass by Redfern. Ends up in the hands of Levine on the wing. Thought about a 3, now kicks to Redfern. Errant pass, but Waltz able to recover it. Now Levine down low, off the glass, and too strong. We've seen this before from the Dukes. They start out hot, but have lost their composure. Now Dusek in the corner for 3. Fortunate miss there for York.
Stay with us for halftime this evening, as we're going to have a very special announcement for a man who's going to go down in the lore of York Duke history. I won't spoil it yet, but just stick with us for halftime as there's a surprise for one of the York Dukes.
Corner 3 from Waltz, way off that time. The Dukes starting to lose their composure here.
I mean, that's a good shot. Corner 3 with Waltz, you like that? That's probably a 50%, so one every other make. And unfortunately, that time, that was the miss.
Zander hands it off to Dusek. Levine nearly stole it. Now Dusek with the right hand. Gets to the block and turns it over until he didn't. They're going to say last touch by Adam Hardick. 4:36 remaining in this first half. Dukes with only 2 points in the quarter.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that from the Dukes before. They'll have a hot quarter, and then they'll have one where they just have an absolute dud of the next.
Zander getting in the lane and elevating and getting the friendly roll. Benji Zander up to 6 points now. And looking at Glenbard West, all their scoring has come from 3 guys. That's Dusek, Zander, and Oberhofer.
That was a
Redfern
great find.
loses it, and now Sierney into the front court. Sierney thought about the dunk, but just lays it in, and now Coach Dunn calling timeout, a full timeout, as York, the lead has just fallen off, and the offense as a whole falling off the rails. They're in the midst of a 19-2 run is Glenbard West. It's now a 5-point lead for the Hilltoppers, and we'll take a quick break as the teams do. You're listening to York Sports Network. Back to the action here at York High School. Glenbard West leading this one 21-16. AJ Levine nearly turning it over. Now it's Redfern. Glenbard West dominating in this 2-3, or 1-3-1, excuse me, but an and one there for Simon Redfern. That's the play that the Dukes ran to open up this game, and it works again here. Simon Redfern with an and one layup and a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, good play from Redfern, the experienced guard. Just like all the intangibles he brings, but how to make those.
Miss on the other end by Glenbard West. Levine upping the tempo a little bit. Waltz has it in the corner. Now finding Levine, who's still looking for his first points in this game. And a turnover there as he tried to feed it into Adam Hardick. Dusick with it. Declan Sheck back into the game. Xander tries his luck from deep, in and out. Now Redfern over to Levine. Waltz. Hardick in the short corner. Now open to Levine. Can't connect. And the rebound by Logan Brown. Now Xander to Dusick. Hand in his face, still knocks it down. Luke Dusick for three. 6-point Hilltopper lead. And the three-pointer starting to become an issue for the Dukes here. Foul on the three-point attempt by AJ Levine. So Sheck fouling number three, and he'll have 3 shots from the free throw line.
That's why Bennett Schwanke is waiting to come in.
Off on the first, Dukes have got to take advantage of these free throws when they get them, especially given the offensive struggles that they've had in this quarter. Levine 1 for 2, will have one more remaining. 2:28 to go in this first half.
Duke's looking to regain the major lead they have. They're going to bring in Molas to try and provide a spark.
And also likely for defense. This is one of the bigger lineups that the Dukes can have, if not the biggest.
Yeah, not one guy under, I want to say 6'2", however tall Simon Redfern is.
Yeah, Simon Redfern's a good 6'2", 6'3". Now it's Oberhofer, the Dusick. Schwanke, guarded by Molas. Now Xander, getting into the lane. Finding Logan Brown, he tries his luck from deep, and this time he connects. A rare three-pointer by Logan Brown. All of a sudden, Glenbard West really starting to feel it. They extend their lead to 7.
Definitely, typically you like that shot, but Logan Brown more apt to take threes this evening, more willing, as that's his second attempt and 1 for 2 so far.
Redfern with it. Duke's trying to break down this 1-3-1. Waltz gets inside the three-point line, now kicks out to Molas. Back to Waltz. Now it's Redfern. Duke's trying to find their spacing. Corner 3 from Kyle Waltz. Off the mark. Another offensive rebound for Simon Redfern. Now it's Molas on the wing for 3. That one's short as well. Now Xander using his speed. Decelerating, but he can't finish. Now it's Mullis. Dukes don't have numbers, and Luke Dusek bounced that one off his knee. 1:10 to go here in the second quarter. Levine coming back in for the final 70 seconds.
The good thing about this evening is we've had some struggles throughout the course of the season with a lot of fouls and fouling issues, but today only 7 total fouls, which you like to see as basketball fans. You like the fast pace and flow of the game, so good job playing clean by both teams so far.
Levine, pump fakes, got caught up in the air, and he was in a bad spot, so a turnover there for A.J. Levine. And Glenbard West very keen to slow things down with a 7-point lead and the ball with 45 seconds to go. Luke Dusek's double teamed and a timeout by Coach Apoka. Not really thrilled that he had to use that timeout there, but credit to the Dukes defense for forcing Dusek, who's not their primary ball handler, into a tough spot against the baseline.
Yeah,
Timeout taken, and we're going to take a quick break ourselves. You're listening to YSN.
Hello and welcome back. And I was just going to say, there's not much time left in this half, but I'd really like to see Braden Richardson get more involved in the offensive end. Been a little lackluster on the movement. I feel like he's, more athletic than the guys he's going up against. So I'd like to see him try and move around and get open on cuts. I know it's tough to get open in a zone, but standing around is not what that does. I think he can really start making an impact on the smaller defenders, especially with Hardick out there on the floor guarding the likes of Logan Brown.
Definitely, and he has the height that not many of the Dukes have, able to shoot over the defense a little bit better than most. Nonetheless, Glenbard West holding for the final possession, 20 seconds on the clock. Oberhofer gonna hold it at the volleyball line, and Hardick not going out to get him. Final 10 seconds. Xander, guarded by Redfern, kicks it out. Dusek, pull up 2, knocks it down. Final 3 seconds. Dukes working quickly. Waltz from half court, almost went down. That would have been a heck of a shot by Kyle Waltz. But that's where we stand after the first half. The Dukes follow up their 14-point first quarter with only 6 there in the second. And it's Glenbard West with a commanding lead despite the early hole. Josh, what did you notice from both teams in that first half?
Well, I noticed some good adjustments from Coach Apoka. Always a really good coach for the Hilltoppers over there in Glen Ellen. But he made some good adjustments, started to get it down low, and it was a tough second quarter for the Dukes. Nothing was really falling, and I think A.J. Levine really needs to start trusting his teammates a bit more, as he's been struggling tonight, and that comes to everybody. Everybody's going to struggle at some point. It's always tough whenever that happens, but I think he's got to put the trust in Waltz, who's been shooting pretty well. Give it down low to Hardick, who's had a couple of good looks tonight, and as well as a couple others. But we're going to right now give it to the PA announcer for a very special presentation.
We'd like to welcome here to York High School, Angie Tim O'Halloran with Rivals.com, as well as Matt Foster with the All-American 77 Foundation. Greg Grange, nicknamed the Galloping Ghost of the Wheaton Iceman, was the three-sport superstar at Wheaton Community High School, a 3-time All-American at the University of Illinois, and the original superstar of the Chicago Bears and the newly formed NFL. Greg played both sides of the ball his entire career and was a charter member of both the college and professional Halls of Fame, and is credited with making football what it is today. In 1974, Howard Gady established the Red Grange Award. The award is presented annually to the best offensive and defensive football player in DuPage County. The recipient of this prestigious award embodies the characteristics of Red Grange, a multi-sport athlete, tough, disciplined, humble, with a great focus and perseverance, having an incredible impact on the football field, classroom, and community. This year's winner certainly embodies the Red Grange legacy. Academically, this young man is an outstanding student that has been on the high honor roll every semester here at New York High School and is a member of the National Honor Society. On the football field, he led the Dukes to a historic 9-0 regular season and conference championship, a #1 ranking in DuPage County, and the 8A semifinals. Statistically, he completed 63% of his passes while throwing for 2,028 yards and 21 touchdowns, which is the most in school history for a season. He also rushed for 637 yards and 6 touchdowns. His 3,351 career passing yards is second in school history. This young man was also named All-Conference, All-Area, All-State Player of the Year in West Suburban Conference, and also named Daily Herald and Suburban Life Player of the Year. He also earned a full athletic scholarship to the University of New Hampshire. Please join us in a round of applause for the 2022 Red Grange Award, DuPage County Player of the Year recipient, your quarterback, number 9, Matt Vesa.
Has always been a bit spotty, so I don't know if you could hear that, but after a laundry list of accomplishments, tonight, Matt Vesa, the quarterback for your York Dukes, was given the Red Grange Award, which is awarded to the best offensive and best defensive player in DuPage County. He obviously won the offensive end, so congrats to Matt Vesa. He also earlier this month announced his commitment to University of New Hampshire to play football. So congrats to Matt Vesa. All the hard work has paid off. He really is going to go down in history for the Dukes. Been an amazing player, amazing student, and an even better guy. So congrats to Matt Vesa. And we'll take a quick break at halftime. Thank you for joining us at York Sports Network.
Continue third quarter of York basketball in the alternate possession.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to York Sports Network. Dukes trailing by 9 to open up the second half with Joshua Melvin. I am Gavin Connolly. We're hoping for a big Dukes comeback here in the second half.
Definitely the Dukes looking to turn it around in conference play, as this is their second to last conference game of the season. They play Lyons Township at home versus finishing out, so all those streams will be on York Sports Network, but Friday at 7:30 for Lyons Township, Tuesday the 7th versus Willowbrook, and then Saturday the 11th versus Libertyville, all at home, and then the Dukes move on to the playoffs.
Foul on Oberhofer, 40 seconds into the second half. A.J. Levine inbounded underneath. Duke's going with the same starters, save Simon Redfern. Instead, Chris Danko taking his spot. Duke's trying to play high-low, but a high pass from Braden Richardson did not allow the Dukes to score. Now Danko finding Waltz. Extra pass, Levine. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. It's good. A.J. Levine with his second bucket of the night.
That's something you love to see as A.J. Levine. You're really hoping that that's going to get him going for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, that was a good, patient possession by the Dukes. They need more of that if they want to really claw back here. Xander trying to work on Danko, but such an athletic defender, not letting him by easily. Now Shaq back to Xander. Dukes amping up the pressure here. Xander gets by Danko. Finds Oberhofer. Oberhofer goes up. Oh, but he missed it. That was just a short little bunny hook. Duke's fortunate to get away without giving up points there. Now it's Danko. Finding Hardick down low. A great pass. Hardick with the patience to go up strong with it. Just like we saw in the first quarter, the Dukes kind of coming out hot here, making their first two field goals. Xander gets in the lane. Finds Brown, thought about a three-pointer, now goes to drive, and he'll be shooting two. Such a quick first step for a man with so much size.
Foul number 50, Adam Hardick, his second, team's first. At the line to shoot 2 for Glenbard West 11, Logan Brown.
Knocks down the first.
Coach Dunn still running with that long lineup. 11 played tonight. 10. Quick maths here at York Sports Network.
Brown goes 2 for 2. Lead back up to 7 for West. Levine gets it off to Danko. That pass is tipped. Still Duke's possession. Now Levine, good closeout by Glenbard West. Now Waltz going baseline, jumps in the air, and gets the ball to go down. Nice shot by Kyle Waltz along the baseline. He's into double digits now with 10 points. Alexander, guarded by Levine. Stolen by Chris Danko. Danko with the smart play to dish it off to Hardick. Levine finds Waltz in the corner.
Out of bounds, York basketball.
Ball tipped. Dukes have it underneath. Levine inbounding to Waltz. Now Levine in the corner. Oh, what a nice pass. Another dump off to Hardick. Hardick scoring from the block at will. Count off some nice passes from his teammates. The latest was one from A.J. Levine, the smooth no-looker. Dukes have cut the lead to 3. Now Dusick over to Cierney. Cierney hands it off. Now Oberhofer underneath the basket, trying to get rid of it. Danko tipped it, and another steal for York. The defense is really creating opportunities here in this third quarter. Now Waltz on the wing, finding an open Danko. He fires from deep, can't connect. And the rebound by Logan Brown. Now Xander, turning on the Jets, but he's stopped. Now a turnaround jumper, won't go. Hardick fighting for the rebound with Oberhofer, and they're going to say a jump ball. Bolus checking in for York, as does Schwenke for the Hilltoppers. Xander finds Brown underneath, and he's able to score it. 2 points, book it for Logan Brown as we hit under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bolus over to Danko. Danko losing it as he went up. Good hustle by Kyle Waltz, keeping the possession alive. Waltz, that one was tipped by Schwenke, and a turnover for the Dukes. Glenbard West has numbers. Schwenke over to Xander. Xander, extra pass, Cierney. His first three-pointer won't go.
Yeah, just a lazy pass there from Waltz, which resulted in a turnover there.
Bolus was cut off on the baseline, and Levine tried the slip pass, but it was intercepted by Xander. Xander had one pass too many. It was knocked out of bounds. Glenbard West will inbound it underneath.
The Duke's starting to close the gap here. Only 5, so only a couple of possessions. So they need their guys to get hot here for them to be able to compete for the win tonight.
Definitely. The last few possessions have been a little bit sloppy, but their defense has made up for it. Almost another turnover by Glenbard West there. And the thing is, these are all forced errors by the Dukes. Really being active defensively. You can start to see some of the motors on these Dukes forwards. Cierney in the corner. No good. He's missed his first 2 3-pointers in this quarter.
Levine got his first field goal earlier this quarter, so looking to continue that. They need to keep the passing good here and a little more concentrated on the offensive end.
Danko, another three, in and out. Danko finding more and more confidence in that three ball, has yet to hit tonight. Now Dusek on the other end, nothing but net. Luke Dusek with the hot hand tonight. The Dukes with a little bit of lapse in concentration there. They pay the price, lead back up to 8, and a timeout called by Coach Dunn.
Yeah, Luke Dusek already up to 14 points on the evening. I want to say 4 threes so far. So that's 12 points on threes. Great job from Dusek coming in as the senior guard, being able to help lead this team from deep. A really good job by him. The Dukes are just going to need to be able to adjust and go back to what they were doing in the fourth quarter. Look for those layups, look for the passes. It looks like they're scared now. They had a couple of turnovers off of dumb passes, and now they're paying the price confidence-wise, and they're not attempting the passes that they normally would that would allow them to gain good shots.
Now it's Redfern coming out of the timeout. Logan Rice back into the game for York. Oh, the Dukes tried to run a hitter to get Levine open, but Glenbard West knew it was coming. Able to shut it down nicely. Now Levine working at the top of the key. Now Redfern guarded by Dusek. Levine had a moment of space, now gets in the lane, off the glass, no good. Dukes let it fall out of bounds. They keep possession underneath. 1:38 to go in the third quarter.
Dukes will take advantage while Logan Brown is on the bench here, but pretty soon he's going to come in.
Yeah, surprised the Dukes decided to go small ball here. Thought they would have brought in their bigs to maybe take advantage while they had the advantage down low. Danko, another three-pointer. He's 0 for 3 to start this game. Clearly frustrated, but if you're Danko, you can't hesitate to take that shot, especially with the zone that Glenbard West plays. Even though he's not the best three-point shooter, the confidence is key for a guy like Danko who has so much potential. Levine, pull-up jumper, bailed out at the last minute, finding Redfern, who knocks down the jumper. Redfern, an underrated shooter. He doesn't shoot many of them. But as a freshman and a sophomore, you know, he could really knock down the three ball, and he's showing it right there.
Definitely, you're needing to make more threes like that. Levine had an open look, and then, of course, Danko actually shot it there. So those corner threes, that's how you're going to beat this 1-3-1. And they got to start hitting them down the stretch as they get there first.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Redfern up to 9 points in this game. Xander finding Dusek. He thought about the three, but a good closeout by Levine. Sierney with it. Threw it to nobody. The Dukes will get another opportunity in this third quarter. Another first turnover, one of many in this third quarter. Waltz checking in, as everyone is aware, for his offense and his shooting ability. Waltz with it. Danko in the corner, pressured by Xander. Finding Waltz. 20 seconds to go. Levine thought about a three. Now it's Mullis. Final 10 seconds. Levine forced to get rid of it. Now he gets it back. Splits the double team and loses it. Oberhofer, final seconds, and a front court foul. No real implication. There's 0.2 of a second on the clock. Oberhofer was fouled at half court. Glenbard West nowhere near the bonus. They're going to argue maybe it was a shooting foul.
York foul number 12, Brendan Mullis, his first.
So it's going to be a foul on the ground on Mullis. Only the second of the half. They're going to put 1 second on the clock.
Good thing that wasn't a shooting foul.
Now Logan Brown to inbound. Dumps it up to Xander, who with the half-court heave. That one was closer than many Dukes fans would have liked. So at the end of the third, Glenbard West still in the lead, but it has been shaved down to 5. Josh, what was the most important adjustment that was made there in the third quarter by either team?
I think the most important adjustment from the Dukes in that quarter was to start shooting those threes again. As I think the best way to beat this sort of defense is threes and layups. You know, that's the really smart part about Glenbard West defense is they force you to do this new age basketball that a lot of high school teams don't really like doing. And that's spreading out the offense and then getting layups through smart passing. And the Dukes have been passing the ball, but it's been quite lackadaisical as they haven't really put any oomph behind the passes, nor have they, you know, delivered some strong bounce passes or anything of the sort that is allowed for good opportunities. But they're going to need to start passing with more fruition and effort if they're going to want to be able to get open looks, because it just seems as if they're getting there just a second too early for them to be able to pop off a shot. So Dukes need to get better in that area mainly, but Glenbard West kind of continuing what they're doing, scoring inside with ease, but they definitely have been slowed down more due to the second half adjustments.
Final quarter of play, we'll see if the Dukes can rally in these final 8 minutes. Should be good basketball nonetheless. Redfern. Over to Danko. Now Waltz dribbling, and another lazy pass forces a turnover. They're going to say a foul in the front court on the Dukes. We've seen that a couple of times from Waltz. One of his weaknesses, you know, he has the height, but can just be a little bit too predictable on some of these passes.
Definitely, that's his third or fourth turnover on a pass like that.
Xander running out of time, and they're going to say a 5-second violation. Thought they might have called timeout, but no. Coach Apoka electing to save it. Took the gamble, and it didn't pay off. Ball back to the Dukes.
Yeah, 3 timeouts remaining, and you know high school basketball coaches, they love to use them down the stretch, so smart to keep it there if their defense is able to recover and prevent any sort of scoring.
Adam Hardick is back into the game, and he forced a pass to Redfern. It was that same play that they ran earlier, but credit to Glenbard West, they weren't going to be fooled by it for a third time. Now it's Xander at the top of the key, forcing it into Brown, who finds an open Sheck on the wing, and Sheck knocks down the 3. Declan Sheck with his first field goal of the game, making the Dukes pay for leaving him open. 39-31, Glenbard West. Waltz over to Levine. Levine, open 3, no good. Hasn't had much space from beyond the arc. Now Dusek, guarded by Redfern. Inside to Brown, he had space. Now Oberhofer losing it. Now back out to Sheck. Sheck, another 3, connects. Declan Sheck, back-to-back 3-pointers and back-to-back possessions. It's an 11-point lead. Oh boy, Levine's got to be careful. That was nearly a travel as he knew the Dukes were going to call timeout. Full 60-second timeout following the quick 6 by Declan Sheck. We're going to take a quick break. 6:29 to go in this game. Coming out of the timeout, Duke's looking for answers offensively. Glenbard West held them in check since the early going of this game. Kickball violation there for the Hilltoppers. Mullis trying from deep, no good. Looking for his first points of this game. Now Benji Zander into Brown. In the corner, Dusek. Oh, in and out. The Duke's starting to slack off on that corner three. That's where Declan Sheck hit back-to-back. Dusek nearly making him pay there as well. Finding Mullis down low. Mullis goes up with a reverse layup, and there's his first field goal after the dry spell.
Nice adjustment from him to be able to make that basket. And I like that aggressiveness, and I like that pass from A.J. Levine. That's what you got to look more for.
Dusek is double teamed and loses it. Brendan Mullis comes up with it. Good defensive stand by the Dukes. Throwing a nice pass to Richardson, who's just too strong. It would have been a very impressive alley-oop. And it was a really good entry pass. Credit to Danko. The Dukes come up empty-handed nonetheless. Now Dusek facing the double team again and throws it away for the second time. The Dukes can kind of sense that Dusek isn't comfortable with the ball as back-to-back turnovers have granted the Dukes fresh opportunities.
Definitely here. Now the Dukes need to continue to take advantage.
Three-pointer from Mullis. No good. Still no luck from beyond the arc from Brendan Mullis tonight. Logan Brown finding Dusek. His corner three is also off the mark. Levine pushing the pace. Pull up three in transition, short. Rebound by Benji Zander, and a timeout called by Coach Apoka. Not very happy with what he's seeing.
Notice the Dukes there had multiple good looks at points. Obviously made the layup by Mullis, and then continuation into Levine's fast break, but got to look for the layup there on a fast break. I am personally not a fan of those fast break threes, as you take the half court to look for good threes. Fast break's the best opportunity to get layups, and that's where you really want to get them and make the defense pay.
Glenbard West to inbound underneath following the timeout. Bennett Schwanke receives the pass, and he's fouled immediately.
Your foul number 3, A.J. Levine, his third, team's fourth. Glenbard West basketball out of bounds.
Dukes have two more fouls to give. They're picking them up in the full court now. Brown. Pass was deflected, but ball's going to stay on this end of the court. Zander gets it back. Quick passing by Glenbard West. Now they have numbers. Dusek. And one. Glenbard West taking advantage of the quick little 2-on-1 they had. Now Luke Dusek with a chance at another three-point play. And credit to Oberhofer with the quick hands, finding Duszek perfectly in stride. Duszek not afraid of the contact, going up and finishing strong.
Yeah, been really impressive here for Glenbard West, and that's why I wasn't at the Glenbard West versus Lyons Township game, but I'm pretty sure that's why they were able to win, is that they have so many guys who can go off for scoring, and I've seen 4 of those guys have 20-point nights. Tonight, Luke Duszek near it, obviously Logan Brown, really good at getting those, and Dominic Cini has gotten that, and same with Benji Zander.
Nice little backdoor slip by Kyle Walsh. Adam Hardick, that's really where he makes his money. He can pass out of the post like no other. Meanwhile, on the other end, Cierney gets another foul and a basket. Caught Brennan Mullis in the air, and the sophomore looking like an NBA veteran out there. Able to finish through the contact once more. You know, the Dukes not at a point in the game where they can exchange 2s for 3s. Fortunate Cierney missed on the free throw, however. The Dukes are looking to push. Mullis finding Waltz. Waltz guarded by Zander. Waltz stepping through, finds Mullis. Mullis in the corner, short again. Tipped out by Kyle Waltz. Now Levine fires. In and out. Dukes are ice cold from 3. Especially in the second half.
Definitely cannot make it, and that's why you got to take more advantage. They're running a trap zone at the top of the key, open 3 Duszek. Rare miss, but in that case, when they run their trapping defense, you got to attack the baseline, pass, and cut. And the Dukes are just not doing that right there. And that was a good look, though, from Mullis. Baseline look, that's what you like against a 1-3-1, especially when Glenbard West is attacking this much, but unfortunately it was called a charge, and that's just a good play by Oberhofer, but it's finally a good look for the Dukes. They do the things that work well against the zone, which is cut and attack the baseline.
Yeah, that's tough. They call Oberhofer the charge king, as there's a nice turnover force. Unfortunately, the Dukes, that's been the story of the night, missing 2 layups there and then fouling them in the backcourt. You know, the Dukes almost laughing at just how they cannot buy a bucket. But going back to that last possession, Oberhofer has taken so many charges this year. We've seen games where he's had 3 or 4 charges, just able to catch Mullis in a bad spot.
Definitely. Him and Hardick both know the secret to getting a lot of charges, as both of them play that big man role, but neither of them the tallest or the most athletic player you'll face in high school basketball.
Dukes nearly turn it over, but instead Levine with a nice pass finds Adam Hardick underneath. He's into the double digits now. 2:45 to go.
Great game from Hardick, and that's why you wanted to use him more earlier in the game. To cut the lead to 10 here is he lives on that baseline. He does a great job passing from that baseline, but unfortunately not used as much, but still had a great game.
Oberhofer thought about the mid-range. Now drags it out, and he gives it to Schwanke, who finds Zander. Oberhofer trying to back down Mullis. 10-point lead for Glenbard West. They aren't looking to score, but Danko with the steal and finishes. Nice job by Chris Danko. Able to decelerate so that he can finish the layup. Chris Danko with his first points of the night. And just like that, you know, a perfect defensive possession for the Dukes. Cutting the lead back to single digits. With 2:10, Coach Dunn calls timeout. We're going to take a break ourselves. You're listening to YSN. Don't go anywhere. Glenbard West able to inbound underneath. Gives it to Schwanke, who finds Zander. Glenbard West clearing easily. Now Duszek, pump fakes. Gives it to Schwanke. Now it's Oberhofer. Cross-court pass to Duszek, who loses it. Glenbard West keeping possession. Logan Brown to inbound. The impressive thing about Glenbard West, they have 47 points in this game, and their star, Logan Brown, only has 7 of them.
Definitely both teams did their scouting, because Glenbard West only able to have their leading, or hold A.J. Levine, the Duke's leading scorer, to only 4 with 4 fouls, and then Logan Brown also being held in check pretty well this evening with 7, when he's averaging north of 15 points per game. So it's been the unsung heroes, Kyle Waltz with 12, Adam Hardick with 10, and then, of course, Luke Dusek with that big 17. And then a pretty even effort throughout the rest of the lineup for Glenbard West.
Back to the action. Final 100 seconds here. Glenbard West getting it in successfully. Now Oberhofer down low, blocked from behind by Adam Hardick. He's had a couple of those where he swatted him from behind. The Duke's trying to go fast. Levine nearly lost it. Able to get it back. Now he fires from 3. Short. I think he was looking to almost draw a foul there, given his reaction. But Glenbard West not turning it over in the backcourt. Schwenke to Oberhofer, and in comes Levine, and he's done. That is 5 fouls for A.J. Levine. Fouling out with 4 points. And he's got to be frustrated with himself tonight.
At the line for Glenbard West, 44, Jack Oberhofer.
Oberhofer at the line now. And misses the first. Waltz throws it to Danko. Giving it to Redfern. Redfern for 3. Nothing but net. Simon Redfern with a big 3-pointer. 12 points for Redfern in this game. He's been very, very efficient as well. Just like that, a 5-point game. You know, Glenbard West not really hitting their free throws late in the game. We haven't really talked about that yet. But if they're going to miss that consistently, the Dukes should feel a little bit better about their chances, wouldn't you say, Josh? Nonetheless, we will be going to break. 1:04 to go.
Gavin just summarized to me what was said. I was not paying attention, but yes, good point, Gavin. As I haven't really thought about it yet, but it's only a 5-point game with a minute remaining, and they have not been converting. Dusek has missed a couple, Schwenke's missed a couple. So far in the bonus, they've not been able to convert. And also on shooting fouls, they just have not been able to convert and really seal this game away. As much as we've been talking about the Dukes not really playing up and not really playing a great strategy against this 1-3-1 defense, they've still had a shot to win, and they still have a shot to win. And they've been using that, you know, the keys to break a zone much better in this final few minutes. But as Gavin was saying, the free throws are really going to come in handy here. So the Dukes only 2 possessions down.
Glenbard West to inbound now. And Brown struggling to get it in. And that's a 5-second call. Glenbard West, only one timeout. Surprised they didn't use it there, but that's the second time this has happened where the Dukes pressure has gotten to West. Declan Scheck into the game. Bennett Schwanke coming off. Glenbard West trying to use that length to their advantage. Hardick to Redfern. Gets in the lane. Floater. Off the mark. Dukes fighting for the offensive rebound, and they come up with it. Ends up in the hands of Danko. Now Waltz, three-pointer. Bang! Kyle Waltz, nothing but net. Coming up clutch when he needed to most. 45-47. Now Xander, trap, dumps it off to Brown. 43 seconds to go. Now Oberhofer. He is fouled, and that's someone you want to foul. Definitely not the best shooter on the court right now for West. But Kyle Waltz coming in clutch when he needs to. Ice in his veins right there for number 25.
That's the 10th foul, so 2 opportunities no matter what for Oberhofer, but he's got to convince. I don't know why Logan Brown didn't pass it to Scheck, who's a good free throw shooter, but he passed it to the much worse and smart play by Adam Hardick to be able to foul him and get it off before. And there we go.
There we go. Yes, like you said, first one no good, so the Dukes have a chance to tie the game no matter what happens now.
Great job by the players to be able to put themselves in a position to win, especially Logan or Kyle Waltz with 15.
All of a sudden, this crowd has woken up. Oberhofer splits the pair, but the Dukes have 40 seconds to get a 3 or a quick 2. Redfern on the wing. They're trying to get Waltz open. Instead, he forces a pass to Hardick, and it knocks off his head. Oh, you hate to see that if you're a Duke fan. The pass was tipped, and it hit Hardick in the head and goes right out of bounds. Really tough break there for the Dukes.
Definitely was trying to avoid catching as Benji Xander tipped it, but then the tip actually went off of him.
Coach Dunn is furious on the sideline. Schwanke just looked like he lost it, but he was bodied as well.
So able to extend it. Bennett Schwanke, one of the better shooters on this Hilltoppers team. Able to make it more than a one-possession game, which could be huge here in the final 29 seconds.
Schwanke, no good on the first. Coach Apoka just shrugging to himself. Glenbard West has just not been up to par from the free throw line.
Yeah, just not been hitting. Just giving away free points here, and they've allowed the Dukes to march back in this one and have a chance to win.
Schwanke goes 0 for 2. Just like that, the Dukes have another opportunity. Final 25 seconds. It's Chris Danko. Glenbard West going man-to-man for these final few seconds. Danko with it on the wing. Pressured by Scheck. Danko spinning. Waltz, he's open. No good. Waltz, rebound by Schwanke. Final 10 seconds. Xander loses it. Up to Brown. Brown off 2 feet, and it's good. Final 3 seconds, but I think it's not going to matter. Danko from midcourt. No good. And this game is done. A whirlwind ending, but another one that the Dukes cannot close out. 50-45, Glenbard West wins this heartbreaker. One of many that we've seen from the Dukes at home.
Senior night against Lyons Township.
Hardick a little bit shaken up. Again, the story of the game is the Dukes really just their offensive inconsistencies leading to their downfall. But nonetheless, the fight is evident. Coach Dunn not letting his team go down without fighting. It looked like the Dukes were dead in the water, but the great defense and great shooting from Kyle Waltz brought them back into it. They had a great chance there at the end to tie this one up.
Definitely a good little run the Dukes went on at the end, and that was just Glenbard West selling the game there, and they are lucky to walk away with a win here at the Dick Campbell Gym. That was a wonderful job, by
Coach Dunn and the Dukes down the stretch alone to be able to come back into this game, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, as it wasn't enough of an effort by, or not enough an effort, everyone gave effort, but not enough for the Dukes to be able to climb back from that deficit that was as big as 13.
Another unfortunate loss for the Dukes, one that comes by only 5 points, one of many that just have not, that one of many losses that have been by single digits. Nonetheless, the Dukes fall to 2-8 in conference, but that's going to do it here for York Sports Network with Joshua Melvin and the entire team. I am Gavin Connolly saying so long and go Dukes.